Right, this is a painting of looking over three cliffs from Pennard, from the cliffs by Pennard. And I haven't painted for a while. Actually, it's been a good couple of weeks. So I got my old paint. So the trick here is I've got my spray bottle, and I just spray on and that'll moisten all the paints then. And it only takes a couple of seconds, and they'll be ready to go. So if your paint's hardened or it's been a while, just give it a quick spray and you're away. So this is a lovely area. When I was a minister down in the Mumbles in Swansea, it was lovely to come in this area. We had people who lived down there. There was Arthur and Clarice, and they had a little cottage not far from here, and so I'd often visit them, and they were a lovely couple in the church, an elderly couple, and they were like uncles and aunts to the children. Always booked sweets to them on Sunday, South Tower, and it was a joy to go and visit Arthur and Clarice, and then after I'd take a stroll along the cliff tops here and have this amazing view right across. So yeah. So lovely area. So we're in South Wales, and this is Gower Peninsula that sits out from Swansea, and about 20 miles long. We've got these lovely beaches. So now that's enough for the sky. Now we don't do any more than that. Just leave that. And what I'll do while I'm waiting, I'll come in now for it to dry. And you tend to move around the painting if you're waiting for parts to dry, which is the best thing. So I'm just coming into the beach area here now. And really, once I've done this, you can't do much more really. You tend to, when I'm out painting on location, I tend to do two paintings at the same time. So I can, from different angles, and I can just move from one to the other while it's drying. And that way, Gunnar said, when I went over to watercolours, you never paint in watercolours. You haven't got the patience for watercolours, but there are ways around it. And there we go. And I might just put a little bit of dark. I'm using light red and some ultramarine blue, and just to get the water's edge. Yeah, that's all. And that way, then the surf will stand out a bit. There we are. I'm getting a bit of variation in that sand as well. But you see, whatever I would do now would sort of come on top of that. But having said that, I think I might get away with this area there. And let's have a look. So I'm going to drop a little bit of sienna again. And just for the rocks, the base colour. And then I'll put some ultramarine blue in as well. I want to leave areas of that sienna coming through. There we go. So, and I'll work on top of all this then with some darks. I can wait till it dries and then come at it. But now what we need is a green. I'm using some cadmium yellow with a bit of ultramarine blue. And that'll be enough there, I think. Put it in there and we'll call it a day. Won't do much more than that. And let's just leave it like that for now. And having said that, I might regret this. Let's get a little bit of darks in here. Look. And that tips around there. At a different angle, you'll see the three cliffs turning around here. Yeah, that'll do for now. Let's just get some darks in here and there. So I'm not labouring this, I'm just dropping in, so I've got that variation of the sienna, the light blue, and then this darker mix as well in here then. And we will have a little bit up on there actually. Gets a bit dark up here, and that's it for now. the second session of the beach looking over to Three Cliffs from Pennard, and let's get on with this now. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I haven't painted for a good few weeks, so I get caught up in my reading, and that's it basically. I'm reading the works of John Newton at the moment. He wrote the hymn Amazing Grace, How Sweet the Sound. And I went to sea when he was 11, on board ship at 11, and then had a rough life, was involved in the triangular slave trade, and then came to know the Lord as his Saviour, and became a minister, little country place called Olney, then later in London, very instrumental in the abolition of the slave trade. But I'm reading his works, and they're hefty volumes, at about 700 pages a volume. But, he is so sweet, so, the way he writes is so warm and, tender, which is quite amazing, when you think of his background. Amazing how the gospel can do that. So balanced, tender, loving. He's often writing, a lot of it's comprised of his letters, where he's writing to people with problems and difficulties, and he takes up these various subjects. And, quite amazing, really. But I get caught up then, and the painting goes by the rule then. And I'm preparing messages on the believer's union with Christ, how wonderful it is to be joined to Jesus, and he becomes our all in all. And I've been quite taken up with that, so a number of messages. I'll finish off the last one probably today, And so it's a bit like that. And then I think, I should paint a little now. It's been a good while. And but then, what does that matter, isn't it? It's the painting has never been that serious for me. It's met a need in times, and it's a nice way of breaking off as well. But just the ministry and the word, that's my big passion, really, and that's been my life from all my teens. And but I still enjoy painting, it's first things first. You see, now, what I've done, I've dropped a lot of green in there, and I'm going to mix now, variations in here now. So you see, I put different strengths, and that way then it'll all blend, and then I can come back and accentuate when I want done. And so all I'm doing really is putting the basic colours in here. I'm not labouring it, but that's the beauty of watercolour. See all that variation there? Could do with something stronger in here. There we are. That's better. That's more like it. Yeah. And I just want to come back to accentuate a little bit now. And somebody was commenting a while back that I tend to jump a lot when I'm painting like this, and there are parts you don't see because obviously you're limited with time. So I'll try and show you as much as I can. So let's just drop these different colours. I want that dark, so I don't want this too dark by here, because that won't stand out then, see? So again, it's light, it's all counter change, light against dark, dark against light. Let's get the top of Kevin Bryn in here, and then I'll wash that away with some water. And now let's have a look by here now. So I'm going to come in darker. I want this to stand out. It's in shadow. It comes around there like that. There's a piece comes up here like that as well. I've painted this so many times. Such a tremendous view. And I'll just more or less just leave that there like that for now. I think my time might well be up now, so I don't do much more than this. And I can finish it off in the last session, which do a little while now. But you can get the gist of it this way, can't you, what I'm about. We'll just come onto the top there as well, a little bit, up on there. And there we go, that'll be it for now. Here we are with a final painting of the view looking from Pennard cliffs over to 3 cliffs. And I'm just accentuating a little bit more now in here, that's all. I don't do too much of this, just a little bit. And we got some farmsteads up here, so if I do that, you can come back and get them in. And we don't bring this too far forward, because we really want to focus on this here. Because that's where I want the eye to go, is on this. So it's only a light touch here now with this, but you can see how that's starting to stand out there now. And then we'll come to here. See, these just dabs and just, you know, giving a bit of idea of detail. And that comes right out to here then. It's a lovely part, this actually. 3 Cliffs Bay, it's quite popular in the Gower. And like I say, when I was a minister in the Mumbles, spent many a time here with the dog walking, and I was saying in the first session about how we had a lovely couple, Alf and Clarice, in the church with us when I was a minister in the Mumbles, and used to visit them. They lived in a little old cottage on these cliffs here. So it was always a joy to go and visit them. Yeah, when we were minister in the Mumbles, it was lovely around visiting, because you had all these views, and particularly in the summers. Now what I'm going to do is just water underneath here. And then what I might do, if I can, get a little bit of wet sand in here, see? So, and then just take it out a little bit here. We'll do something similar here. And then break this up as well here, I think. And use. See, it's lovely to wash it away with some clean water. And now let's come to this sort of area here. And you can put tufts of grass in, like I'm doing here, like this now. And what you can do then is wash it away then with some clean water underneath. But then you can bring some lights in there after if you want it. You could so we'll bring some tufts into something similar here, I think. And here. Yeah, life's quite a journey, isn't it? I think, I started ministry in Radnorshire, Mid Wales, then the Swansea area, Cardiff, and then down to Tenby, and then at the last, Nelson, just above Caerphilly. And it's lovely to be out ministering now again, back at a bout of, for a couple of years, bad health, laid aside for a bit. And you learn to appreciate each day then, you learn just to take each day as in the Lord and enjoy. Now, I might get a cast shadow here. And then what I might do is just get a little bit here, not much. Now I could get some gouache, and I feel I've lost it a little bit up on here. It's more rounded than that. So the gouache will, and with gouache you've got to let it dry because it'll pick up what's underneath, and though it looks white now, that will go to a light grey colour when it dries. But it does mean I got the effect of the light catching on there then. So you can always go light on top of dark with gouache. And I think that's about it. I think we don't want to do much more than that, really. Just going to get a little bit of suggestion of lights in here. And of course we've got some cottages up here on the hill. And we should do a little bit of red, I think, as well, to take the eye there. There we are. That's it. So cottages up there. And I think that's more or less about it. Don't do much more than that. You can get some flowers in here if you came to it. And you know, just to break it a little bit. But let's get a mount on that and see if we're done. And yeah, we go. Yeah, that's yeah, looking over to 3 clips from Pennard clips.